We're doing our weekly China marketing news, except instead of in a regular newsletter format like we've done for many years, we're doing it in a video format where Lawrence and Nara and other people from my team are going to be sharing some cool stuff that's going on with China marketing, China tech, China digital culture, all sorts of fun stuff. And we're just going to be chatting about it and checking it out together and with you or anybody that's watching. This one is going to be about the digital yuan in China. And we've talked about this before in the newsletter and stuff, but I'm interested in covering it as it develops because it's becoming more clear what it's going to be like in the future, but there's still a lot of questions, and it's going to have a really big impact on things, I think. Nara, why don't you tell us what's going on with this right now?
Well, actually, this topic, the Chinese digital RMB, this topic was talked about maybe several years ago, but this year it's really coming. The official name is DCEP, Digital Currency Electronic Payment, and the payment way. I mean, the digital RMB is already launched in 5 cities in China. Means it already come true. Also, I think it will affect
Okay.
our Chinese people's daily life a lot.
Which cities?
There are 5 or 4 cities. Let me check. Shenzhen, Suzhou, Chengdu.
Oh, okay. All right. So some big and important cities, like some major cities there. They're not testing it out in small towns.
Yeah, correct. And I think it's an interesting and exciting topic because if we imagine that in the future we can just put all our cash into our account, and the money will be managed by the government, and we don't need any cash at home, and I think it will be safe because nobody can take my cash away.
Okay.
I just need to worry about the hacker.
Hold on a second. I would be not as rosy about that as you would. I mean, I'd be kind of scared. You said nobody could take the money away, but I mean, the whole thing is controlled by the government, and they could
Yeah,
take money away based on whatever they want. So they want to raise taxes. That's okay. They want to change the rules. They can change some rules, and they can be like, oh, okay, Nara, we saw you crossing, like we saw you jaywalking 5 times last week, and now you got these 150 yuan fine every time, and
yeah, of
maybe
course.
just be really easy for them to take it, you know. So
Yes.
so
I
I'd be
think,
scared about that.
yeah, of course, our payment will be tracked by the government, so uh, nobody can avoid like the tax, and um, I think it will affect more about the companies,
Mhm.
especially for those small companies in China, because uh, in that case, every company must pay tax for every payment, and also
Right. Okay, hold on,
uh,
hold on, hold
it,
on, hold on. I gotta explain it to anybody that watches. In
yeah,
China, the way that the way that finances are set up is when you do a business with any other business in China, they might give you a receipt, a fapiao, or they might not, and it can change the price of things. Now, if they're doing it without the fapiao, that means you're doing it under the table, basically. If you're doing it with the fapiao, then that will influence the taxes of both parties. There's usually a revenue tax on everything going on in China. So the party that's, uh, you know, it could be in the interest of the party that's doing the selling to not give a receipt or to give a receipt, depending on the situation. But if this goes through, then it's all going to be above board, theoretically, right? Everything would be above
yes,
board, and that could change the way that business is done.
yes. But for individuals, that will be convenient to do the payment. Because currently, if we use WeChat Pay or Alipay, we must use Wi-Fi to finish the payment. But the digital RMB, the government says we can also finish the payment offline. Means, for example, me and Lawrence, we can just transfer money to each other by touch each other's phone. So it's really
Right.
convenient.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's think about the marketing impact from this. So
For the marketing,
overall for marketing, for the work that we do, the more digital China has become, the better it has been. Like for most niches, especially for e-commerce. But everything
yeah.
that's done in China with payments is just a lot slicker, and it's faster, it's easier. You know, sometimes I want to buy something right away, and
Mhm.
if I'm in China and I use WeChat Pay or Alipay or something, then it's really convenient. And when I'm in Canada, sometimes like I'll end up on a website or something and I want to buy something, and then they want all this shipping info, and they want me to remember my credit card number. It's 16 digits long, and the dates and the code on the back, and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. But and I might not buy as much stuff because of that friction, right? So as this digital currency is introduced, it's going to make China even more digital, and it's going to reduce that friction, I think.
Yes.
And it could make people feel safer and more secure, and it could be good. But the other side, I'll let you talk too. But the other side of things, not everything is a small transaction or a transaction like that. Sometimes Chinese buyers want to buy something big, and they might want to buy something big that's outside of China. And there are limits of how much money they can send out of China. I think it's like $50,000 or something. Now, $50,000 per year. And I don't even understand how it works exactly, because Chinese people, you know, they buy real estate in Vancouver. And that means that, you know, if you're buying real estate in Vancouver, that means you're super rich.
Yeah.
You're spending millions of dollars for nothing almost. But they will do it. They'll get their money out. I don't know exactly how they do it, but I think that they will get around the rules somehow. And if there's a digital currency involved where the government can see everything, that's going to make it harder for them to make those big purchases in other places. Is it?
I'm not sure, but there are some Chinese experts that they say maybe the digital RMB can support the Chinese yuan to become international. Maybe in the
Yeah.
future, people out of China can also use the Chinese yuan to do the trade with other people. So maybe in the future, Chinese people we when we go abroad, we can still use Chinese yuan to finish the payment.
Yeah. Maybe.
So yeah, maybe that's a way. Maybe the RMB can get out of the control of USD, but that's just the guess. Nobody can
Right.
um, know
Yeah.
the result.
Sure. Okay. Well, we'll see how this plays out, and we'll be testing it as soon as we can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If people want to see some more content like this, subscribe. And we have it in our newsletter format. If you don't want to spend 50 minutes, but instead you want to spend like, 5 or 10 minutes